Salt of Saturn Alchemy. I am Stephen School of the Stephen School Alchemy YouTube channel. I hope to earn your subscription today. Salt of Saturn. This is my 1786 copy of an old book, A Manual of Chemistry. It's very old. Alright. Salt of Saturn. Vinegar of Saturn set to evaporate yields a salt crystallized in little needles, which is called salt or sugar of Saturn. This was also called sugar of lead. It was known in ancient times in Rome. Its name of sugar is given on account of its saccharine taste. Vinegar of Saturn. Distilled vinegar dissolves white lead readily to the point of saturation. This combination has a sweet saccharine taste. It is toxic. It's not meant to be consumed. In ancient times in Rome, they did consume it, and that's how they discovered lead poisoning. It is not for consumption. This combination has a sweet saccharine taste. It is called vinegar of Saturn. It's in the chapter under vegetable substances, which is odd. White lead. Lead exposed to the steams of vinegar has its surface converted into a kind of white rust. This is collected in the form of flakes of a line or a line and a half in thickness, which are hard and very compact. They have the name of white lead or flake white. White lead may be resembled to verdigris with respect to the state in which it is procured, part being in a saline state and a greater part in that of a white calx, ceruse. White lead is triturated with a third or thereabouts of white chalk and a sufficient quantity of water. This mixture is put into funnels in order to be formed into little conical loaves. These are called the ceruse. Interesting. I remember reading an article a long time ago during my research about in the pyramids, the pharaohs were making little conical white loaves of some unknown substance, or the high priests in the pyramids were making it, and they were presenting it to the pharaohs as food of the gods. So if this is the same thing they were using, then it sounds like they were poisoning themselves with lead poisoning. Here's a note. Initials J.A. Apparently J.A. edited the second copy of this book. And the note says, "We generally consider white lead and ceruse as the same, and reckon the mixture of chalk and adulteration." Which, why would they add chalk? It makes no sense why they would add chalk. Spirit of Saturn. Salt of Saturn submitted to distillation. Salt of Saturn submitted to distillation yields up an acid similar to that procured from the crystals of Venus, and like it, inflammable. There remains at the bottom of the vessel a calx of lead, which may be reduced by the addition of phlogiston. Interesting. I have here my alchemy experiment with lead, galena. It does have the white needle-like crystalline formations spoken of in the 1786 copy of this A Manual of Chemistry. So I ordered galena, chunks of galena, and put them in this pickle jar, and added distilled white vinegar, store-bought. The lead is looking more black and white, alchemy. It is dry, so I'm going to add more vinegar. Do another dissolution. And I'm going to leave it outside in the sun. I don't want to keep this indoors, just in case any fumes. This breathable dust cover is just a coffee filter and a rubber band. It's to keep the dust and insects out. So the vinegar, this is basically metal acetate path alchemy. Now lead is very toxic, so I'm going to wash my hands. This is not for consumption, it's very toxic. The vinegar dissolves the lead or galena, lead sulfide, and as it dries, recrystallization occurs, basic crystal growing, dissolve in coagulation, needle-like white crystals appear, and they seem to grow up the sides of the glass, separating themselves from the black earth below in a sort of purification of matter. And there are color changes that occur in this work too. If you've seen some of my previous videos about this experiment, the liquid was blue. There are color changes occurring. Do not try this at home. Galena is toxic. Sugar of lead is toxic. Salt of Saturn is toxic. Salt of lead. Definitely not for consumption. This is Alchemy of Stephen's School. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.